And first, right now on the WHAS 1119, we're going to tour the South, folks, taking you the beaches of the Carolinas. Look at these photos showing the beach of the Isle of Palm, South Carolina, almost unrecognizable from the snow. And up here in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, several people didn't let the snow deter them from enjoying a day on the beach. Yes, they are right there on the beach. Several families heading out to play in the snow or go for walks along the shore. And what fun. Take a look here. This is in Charleston, South Carolina. This man trying his hand at some skiing down that city's historic King Street, the famed shopping district. And we think we go crazy when it snows around here. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us on the night team. I'm Doug Proffitt. Meteorologist Matt Breland is in for Ben tonight. And Matt, last night we went below zero in many places. How about tonight? It's going to be that cold?
And you know what? We're going to get close to it, but thankfully we're not expecting temperatures to be right at that extreme cold that we've been dealing with over the past several days. Right now, temperatures are in those lower 20s in downtown, just there around Bowman Field. We're at 16 degrees, so still chilly for our Wednesday night. Winds are staying out of the southwest around 5 miles per hour, and that's going to help us out as we head further on into the night. That's going to bring in some slightly warmer, if you want to call it, temperatures as we head into the next upcoming days, but we're still going to see cooler temperatures for the remainder of the night. 17 degrees near Corden, 21 in Louisville, 13 in Shepherdsville, and 10 degrees for you folks near Frankfort. And then when you factor in that breeze, that helps the temperatures feel a bit cooler. It will feel like 11 in Shelbyville, feeling like 13 in E-Town as well. As we head into the nighttime hours, we're going to continue to see those temperatures get cooler. Most of us are expected to range in the upper teens as we head into the overnight hours. All the details about more of the cooler temperatures coming up here in just a few short minutes.
Matt, thank you very much. Right here new tonight. LG&E says our power grid is handling your demands for heat. Last night, after we went off the air on this newscast, they sent out a request for you to start conserving energy to relieve strain on the power grid after a spike in demand. So today on WHAS 11 News at 5:30, we invited in LG&E Corporate Communications Chief Chris Whalen, who joined us live and said last night people used the most energy the area has seen since 2014.
Actually hit almost exactly the same peak that we hit in 2014 when the polar vortex was here. So there was a lot of HVAC systems working overtime last night and a lot of energy being used. So like I said, this was more than even a couple of years ago, and we made it through without any issues.
She says the demand eased enough today to be okay. Some ways for you to stay warm and save energy. Lowering your thermostat by 2 degrees really makes a difference. Only run your washer, dryer, or dishwasher when they are full, ready to go. Open your curtains during the day to let the sunlight in and naturally heat your house. Just be sure to close those curtains at night. And using your microwave to heat meals actually uses less than half the power of a conventional oven. Well, a WHAS 11 focus team investigation has discovered other homeless shelters and organizations in Louisville operating without a shelter license. It comes after our focus team first reported last week that the city's largest homeless shelter, Wayside Christian Mission, has been without a license since 2023. Now we're learning that Volunteers of America Unity House Shelter also has not had a license since 2021. They say the city is aware of it and that they're working towards compliance. The Salvation Army's 200-person shelter has not had a license since this past September. The city's website says operating a shelter without a license is prohibited. Major Mark Hunter with the Salvation Army told us the city did not notify them when their license expired.
It would have been helpful, but you know, we are where we are, and so we need to just move forward, get our license, and continue to do the great work that we do here at the Salvation Army.
And we checked. Salvation Army did apply for a new license this week. Hunter says they've passed other inspections, and he's confident that they're going to get a new license. Nina Mosley with Wayside Christian Mission has also reapplied and told us she expects their license to be granted soon. And in a new email to our focus team today, she says all of their required inspections have happened or have been scheduled. To watch our full two-part investigation, just go to WHAS11.com. All new here at 11 o'clock, a Louisville firefighter has been arrested and charged with assault and terroristic threatening. According to police, Louisville Fire Sergeant 35-year-old Ramiro Rodriguez got into an argument with a tow company over a fee. Police say Rodriguez then followed that tow driver to the tow lot and threatened the driver before being asked to leave by 2 other workers. Court documents say Rodriguez then rammed his car into 2 of the workers. Both workers had minor injuries and one still has not returned to work. Rodriguez is facing multiple charges, including assault. He's been placed on paid administrative leave by the Louisville Fire Department. Right here, new tonight on the Night Team, a 7 weeks pregnant Louisville woman filed a lawsuit in November claiming that Kentucky's abortion laws violate a woman's rights to privacy. This lawsuit is similar to legal action taken a year ago by a pregnant woman who sought the right to an abortion in Kentucky. WHAS11 Night Team's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Aspen Hester also talking to the ACLU just days before the lawsuit is in court, and heard from Kentucky Right to Life tonight as they prayed for an end to abortion.
Would guide these people and help them to see his love.
Prayers on 7th Street in downtown Louisville. Right to Life calling for an end to abortion.
Please help us end abortion once and for all.
Prayers in hopes of defeating a lawsuit which was filed by the Kentucky ACLU on behalf of a pregnant Louisville woman called Mary Poe to protect her privacy. The suit is challenging the state's near total abortion ban.
Mary Poe is a very brave Kentucky woman who came forward because she was pregnant and didn't want to be. She was seeking abortion care in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, which is her home.
Angela Cooper with the ACLU.
And it put an undue burden on her to not be able to receive that care at home.
The suit claims that Kentucky laws blocking abortions violate the woman's constitutional rights to privacy and self-determination. Margaret Shea with Right to Life is pushing back on that claim.
What we're not acknowledging is that women actually deserve so much better than abortion. They deserve to be valued for who they are and not told that their body is broken.
In a prayer circle outside of Louisville's Planned Parenthood, Kentucky Right to Life says they will continue to fight the lawsuit.
And that's not to say that every woman has to raise the child that she's carrying, but to have that baby and to give that baby a chance.
I think that the Right to Life organization, if they truly want to be pro-life, they should focus on making sure that children in Kentucky are fed and that people aren't dying because they can't get medical treatment.
Right to Life sees the abortion laws as the way forward.
So our hope is that of course, that the laws will remain unchanged in terms of surgical abortions here in the state.
Folks who have unviable pregnancies and are just unable to get the care they need because of confusion and because of these really draconian bans, honestly. It's going back in time.
Poe had the abortion procedure done in another state after she filed the lawsuit. In Louisville, Alex Dieterer, the WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
A court hearing for the lawsuit will be held on January 27th. That's next Monday, where the motion for class certification will be addressed. The ACLU is also challenging a Kentucky law which only allows 1 year to report civil rights violations. In May of 2020, the Wright family was at their Portland neighborhood home when 6 LMPD officers held them at gunpoint and raided their house. The ACLU claims it was a faulty search warrant that led to the raid and that officers found no evidence of wrongdoing. The Wright family filed a lawsuit quickly afterwards. But according to the lawsuit, once the family learned the names of all 6 officers involved, they wanted to list them as defendants. But a lower court judge dismissed the suit, saying the 1 year limitation had expired. The ACLU argues that the 1 year rule is restrictive and, quote, robs victims of their ability to seek relief.
So people in other states have the opportunity to seek redress for violations of their civil rights. And so what we're hoping is that more people in Kentucky will be able to have their day in court. And it's important to do that because it then also serves as a deterrent for excessive force or for other violations of people's civil rights.
Kentucky statute of limitations is tied with Tennessee and Puerto Rico for the shortest duration, according to the ACLU. Also right now, new at 11, Louisville's street camping ban is facing a constitutional challenge from the woman who police cited while she was in labor. That woman gave birth the very same day she was cited in September under the new ban created under the Safer Kentucky Act. In new court documents, lawyers for the woman have asked a judge to dismiss the citation and to declare the ban unconstitutional. In the documents, attorneys argue that the law is too vague and could apply to a number of behaviors that are innocent, like accidentally falling asleep while reading in a park. Documents also say the law violates several other sections of the U.S. and the Kentucky Constitution. The woman is expected to be back in court coming up on January 29th. Happening tonight, we are getting reaction this evening to President Donald Trump's promise to deport undocumented residents. He's ending a policy that restricts ICE agents on where they can actually make their arrests. For many years, places of worship and religious gatherings have been a safe haven for this community. WHAS 11 Night Team's Jose Alonso and photojournalist Levi Hammer spoke with Louisville religious leaders tonight who were very concerned.
A federal policy restricting the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency from arresting our undocumented neighbors at places like schools, hospitals, or even churches has been terminated. I spoke with a longtime West Louisville religious leader who calls this concerning.
Good afternoon, radio listeners.
You got to ask yourself, where is the humanity in all this? Because you can't go to the hospital. You can't go to the church and be safe. Where can you be safe?
The policy making its way into gospel music radio station WLLV, where Bishop Dennis Lyons of Gospel Missionary Church told listeners this action infringes on the separation of church and state.
We here in Louisville know the importance of sanctity, even during the Breonna Taylor protests, where the protesters was able to go into the church. And they felt safe. They were able to feel like that they were not going to be infringed upon.
The bishop is concerned if illegal residents feel unsafe at places of worship, the freedom to protest could be next.
By the president making that change, I think it's dangerous spiritually.
Concern also looms between the walls of Douglas Boulevard Christian Church.
I just can't get beyond Jesus saying we need to love these folks.
Senior Minister Derek Penwell tells me they work alongside refugee organizations and also host Spanish services.
To those folks who are afraid, who are undocumented, and who may see some of their safe havens be in jeopardy, that we're trying.
Religious leaders full of concern, but still faithful, undocumented worshipers will feel protected. In Louisville, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 Night Team, on your side.
By the way, we did reach out to the local ICE branch for comment on these changes, but we did not get a response as of our broadcast here tonight. Also here this evening, Nashville, Tennessee in shock once again after a student is killed and another injured in a school shooting inside the high school cafeteria. And we're getting an inside look at the incident now. New here tonight, students seen in a video posted on Citizen app taking cover in the cafeteria as the shooting happened at the Antioch High School, which is southeast of downtown Nashville. Police say 17-year-old student Solomon Henderson opened fire with a pistol, killing 16-year-old Jocelyn Escalante and injuring another student. The shooter fired several rounds before turning the weapon on himself, according to police. Killing himself, authorities say 2 school resource officers were on campus at the time the shots were fired, but not close to the cafeteria. Police say that they are working to uncover a possible motive that led up to the violence there in Nashville.